Number 5 is wanting us to find H, right? Point H. And like I was saying earlier, you're going around the figure E, F, G, and then H has to be like over here somewhere. Like if I was to just flat out guess, I would say it's got to, I'm just trying to make it look parallel. I'm guessing it's like in here somewhere. So how do we figure out exactly where that is? We've mentioned before, like to go from G to H down here, you've got to be doing the same exact slope as this side over here since they're parallelograms, right? Or you could say to go from F to G, it's got to be the same slope as E to H. So I'm going to try and do the F to E one and just kind of match it up with G to H. So how much am I going? Let's change colors. How much am I going down from F to get in line with E? Well, I was at 5 and I'm going down to 1. So it's a rise of -4, right? And then my run is over 1, 2, 3. It's because I'm going from -1 to 2. So that's over 3, right? So I'm going to do the same over here. I'm going to go down 4. Okay. And then I'm going to go over 3, right? So down 4, I got to take that away from the Y value. So if I go down 4, I would be at 8. Let me try that again. If I go down 4, I would be at 7 over here, right? Because that's down 4 from 11. 11 minus 4, that's going to be 7 right there. That's where that came up. That's where that came from. And then if I'm going over 3, that's adding to the X value. So it's like 7 plus 3, right? So that gives us 10. That's going to go in for my X value. So I should be at 10.7, and those were there. Again, the test tomorrow is not multiple choice. So this is where the 10 goes. This is where the 7 goes. All right. Whew. Here we go. Next problem is number 6, and it says A is 123 degrees. I would not draw this whole figure down. I would draw this parallelogram down on my paper. And then what I'd do is I'd put 123 degrees right where A is. 1, 2, 3. And it says right here, that said it's like, most extended, highest the lift could go, right? And it wants us to figure out what B is. So consecutive angles in a parallelogram, this one and this one down here, are supplementary. So I'm going to go 180 minus 123, and I end up with 57, I think, for that. So this should be 57 degrees right there. All right, number 7 is this rectangle. They wanted 3 different things. LKN is going to be my first thing I'm going to find, that blue angle right there. The next one is LMN, so that's LMN, so that's this angle right here. I'm going to try to find that one next, so I'll put a little red dot there. And then the last one's LNM, so that's this one right here. I'll put like some funky ticks in here, okay? So I would go for the easiest thing first. This third one down here has got to be 130 because it makes a linear pair with this 50-degree angle right there. Those two have to add up to be 180, right? And then we also know, like knowing this 130 right here, this is an exterior angle for these guys right in here and down here. So together, these two have to add up to be 130. So we could just take 130 and split that in half. That's 65. That's that angle right there. That one's 65. Now, somebody might say, wait a minute, I did these 3 angles added up equal 180. That's right. So 65, look at 65 and 65 have to equal 130. Now, how did we know these two were equal? Well, the diagonals bisect each other in a rectangle. So we know all those pieces right there are equal. So if this is 65, this angle right here has to be 25 to get to 90 degrees, right? And these two are equal to each other. So that's 25 over there. So there's several ways to do this problem, but I always start with the easiest thing, and then it kind of unravels itself from there. One pair of base angles in an isosceles trapezoid. Okay, well, let's draw an isosceles trapezoid. That's, a trapezoid-looking shape with legs equal. And it says let's see, where does it say? One pair of base angles in an isosceles trapezoid each have a measure of 3 times x minus 12. And the other pair are 3x plus 12. Well, together, these two added together have to equal 180. So I'm just going to set 3x plus 12 plus 3 times the quantity x minus 12 equal to 180. And I'm going to solve this algebra. So distribute the 3 through, and we end up with 3x minus 36 equals 180, right? And we've got 3x plus 12 over here. And then I'm going to add the x's together. I get 6x. If I add the constants together, I get minus 24 equals 180. Now I'm going to add 124 to both sides. I get 6x equals 204. 204. I'm dividing by 6. Does 6 go into 204 evenly? Well, 6 goes into 23 times with a remainder of 2. That's 24. It does 34 times. Check my arithmetic. So x is 34. And I hope I did that right. Trapezoid PQRS, it has those coordinates. Find the length of the midsegment. So that means we got to draw a trapezoid, and that's what I'm going to have all set up for you on the third video. Have it all set up so you don't have to watch me draw it, okay? Thanks for watching video 2.